Hi everyone, it's Monday at the Mystical Magical Mansion. Today we are getting to work. We've been on vacation for a week in Colorado and I have not put any of my summer plants in, so I'm going to show you what's happening around the Mystical Magical Mansion today. We've got the Lord of the Manor out here doing a little work on the hedge, trimming it up. Giving it a nice haircut so it looks a little less unruly. It did not bloom as well this year either, just because I think we got so little snow. But yeah, it looks better.
But it still grew really big.
Yeah, it did. This grew very full. It just bloomed very little. So hopefully better next year. So I've got all of the artificial spring flowers in the urns that are going to get taken out today. Lots and lots of plants that are going in. Stack some of them over here. We're going to do some stuff in the north bed. So lots and lots to do. Wearing gloves this year to take out all of these silk flowers because last year, as I was pulling them out, one of them had a bee who had made it his home, and I got stung really bad. So being a little more careful this year. Hello bees. Get out if you happen to be hanging out in there. I mean, they're silk flowers, but apparently they like them. Yep, bees. There's bees in here. Go away, guys. You can come back in a little bit. I've got real flowers for you. So this year I'm planting these. They're sort of a dark pink red petunias. There are these color wave. Let's see. The color wave. So if you see these, they'll kind of vine down and come over the sides of the urn. But whenever I plant petunias, I think of my grandma Bernice because she always used to have tons of them. It just seemed like 1,000 petunias in her flower beds. And so whenever I think of her and tuck one of these in, she always just feels close to my heart. So I wonder if there's flowers that you plant or things that you put in your flower beds just specifically because of your grandparent or your mom or dad or somebody that feels special to you. Because I sure do. Victory has succeeded. He wants everyone to believe he did it with that one singular pair of clippers. Which he didn't, but
No,
not at all.
not at all.
But you worked up a sweat.
What?
You worked up a sweat.
A bit. Just a bit.
I always put in different varieties of coleus in the center just because they get really big and tall and they get really colorful and they last well into fall. They always just make your planters and plantings so much more interesting, and they're not flowers, but they're still so colorful. Look at all the color in those leaves. These are definitely a little dry. I picked up plants this morning at a place. Well, I went to 3 different places because I thought the plants this year looked a little rough everywhere. But these look particularly dry. But we'll make it work.
This is what it looks like after you've been spending the whole day at the Mystical Magical Mansion. Gardening. Turn your face to the side. Yeah, there's a little smudge of dirt. Turn to the other side. There's more dirt. That's real. Sweat. Look, she even tuckered out the dog today. We got a lot of plants in and pulled a lot of things out. Right?
Correct.
And we're done for the day? What else do we have to do?
We have to clean up.
What? Oh, the flowers.
Yeah.
You're like, what flowers? Oh, all these flowers. Because she replaced the urns. Which she'll show you video of that later, I'm sure. End of the planters. More to come. For those of you who don't know, there's a really cool feature on your iPhone. And I forgot where I read this, but we've always liked to walk around and look at plants, but we don't know what they are. And I'm not going to carry a book. So if you go to your phone and you open your photo and you just take a picture of what you want to do. So you're like, what is this plant? Take a photo of it. Then you open the photo where it says information down here. If it has a little star, it'll tell you, look up plant. And you click on that and it will tell you what this is. Rock trumpet, which is, what is it called, honey? Mandaleva?
Mandevilla.
Mandevilla. So, it's a really cool feature on your...
So now we know what this plant is, and we also cannot remember what kind of trees these are in our front yard, so we're going to look that up.
Yep.
Okay, so we cannot figure out or remember what kind of tree this is. It's blooming. And it's got these really pretty clusters on here, so Ryan's looking it up.
We're going to see if this will work.
So if he shoots a picture at that. Touch the picture.
Plant.
Plant.
Common lilac. So it's a lilac that's it's a lilac tree. So we know
Lilac.
it's a lilac tree.
It smells like a lilac, so that makes sense. I didn't know there was a lilac tree. Is that right?
So yeah, I know it's a lilac tree. It's just what kind of...
Huh.
There we go.
Oh, there we go.
Madame Lemon Lilac. Yeah, that's the exact one. See
Yeah.
the leaves and everything. So, Madame Lemon.
Madame Lemon
Lilac.
lilac tree. Okay. That's what they are.
Cool option.
And I call it the strawberry tree. It's not a strawberry tree, but it gets those funky looking fruit that look like strawberry that are blooming. Got these really pretty little blossoms on here. Oh, and Ryan is going to use his little app
Everybody
on the
has this
iPhone.
app.
It's in your phone.
Everybody
It's actually,
has it.
everybody's got it.
Look up plant.
See what the name of this is.
Flowering dogwood. So
Flowering
it's
dogwood.
a type of dogwood, but it's a Casoa dogwood. So
Casoa.
similar web images. Let's see if we are not getting signal right now.
Oh, we're outside. That's weird. We're in our front yard.
It's a good ad for Cox Communications.
5G, baby. We're like 2 blocks from a stupid tower. I know it's a dogwood, but it's, yeah, I just call it a strawberry tree. That's what it is to me. And then we have these delicate little blossoms that have come up under the tree. These are some of the bulbs that we planted last year that I picked up from the Biltmore down in Asheville, North Carolina. And then here's some of the little ones on this side. We planted a bunch and many did not come up, and I'm guessing it's because it was such a weird winter. But look at this big one here in the middle. Oh my gosh, are those just the coolest looking things? So interesting looking. I'm really glad I kept the package from the alliums that I planted last year, because I did not remember that they actually look like this. But these giant alliums are the ones that I just think are so pretty. I also planted a bunch of these just regular alliums. They were and I think those are just the small ones that are barely coming up right now. I planted a bunch, so I think like 40 of them, and 40 have definitely not come back up. We got our pots behind the garage planted to just add a little pop of color out here, and they'll get some height and start sort of cascading down the side at a certain point. So here's the side garden I got put in today, just some begonias. Since there's mostly shade here, they get just a teeny bit of sun during the day. And then I put some pots of begonias to kind of just add a little pop of color here to Fern Gully. And some more begonias. And our ferns, if you've seen my last video, or maybe the one before, I showed this side garden was basically empty, and now look at all of these ferns. And I like the idea of just putting a pot in the middle of those with some color to add just a little interest to this area. I stuck another one down here. I'm gonna have to go to the plant store and get some more for that space. And then here's all of my little astilbe or coral bells. So they're all looking really good. My bleeding heart's still alive. And some of these other little roots that Carter and I tucked in a few weeks ago are just starting to pop up. So those will be some more coral bells. So yes, things are coming along. We need to pull a little grass around here around our hosta. But Ryan trimmed the bush. So the urns are both planted, and everything that I put in, except for the marigold, should cascade over the top, so that it should get tall in the center with those coleus plants, and then everything else should cascade out. So we've got them on both sides. So they look a little spindly and scraggly now, but give it about a month and they'll look beautiful. And of course we have our ferns and our urns because they're unapologetically fancy. And we got some plants up in our hanging baskets. Those were the ones we picked up in Eureka Springs last summer, actually around this time. And if you look back at that video, you'll see when we brought those home. And those also, I use plants that are going to cascade little blossoms in and down over the sides. So they look kind of small now, but give it a month and they'll look amazing. So the front porch is starting to come together, look a little more summery, and ready for our Friday night porch parties. We've already had a couple, but we're ready to really kick it into high gear. It has been a long day here at the Mystical Magical Mansion. I am sweaty, I'm hot, I'm tired. I think I got a little sun today, and all of our flowers make the place feel very special, lively, and very unapologetically fancy. So I hope this week that you do something special for yourself. Plant some flowers, get some fresh flowers, get out your good dishes, have a nice bottle of wine, call someone who you haven't talked to in a long time. You know what, just do something that makes life feel much more special because we're not guaranteed a tomorrow and you deserve the good stuff today. So take good care of yourself, stay well, and best wishes from the Mystical Magical Mansion. Okay, we've got one done, on to number two. My head looks weird. I'm a little sunburnt. I think I'm a lot sunburnt.
This is how hard she works to keep this place beautiful. She's planting begonias along the fence line back here by the servant's porch in this area that we like to call Fern Gully. She's making it prettier. She's already got one basket filled. I don't know where that one's gonna go, but my guess is I'm gonna have to carry it somewhere. But she's hard at work getting those plants in. Usually she has a grandkid with her, so this is good. She can at least get that stuff done.